Hello, hello. I know. You're probably wondering why I'm here this early. But hey, a Sovereign Citizen video just dropped, and I will always want to beat Van Balian to the punch. Uh, so I can get dibs. All right, that's why we're here. So this one, out of Arrest Cam Fish and Wildlife, which I actually have been following for a little bit now, dropped this. The Florida couple in the middle of nowhere apparently are not cooperating with the game wardens. So here we are. Let's get into it.
4. An officer with the Florida Fish and Wildlife Department was on patrol in a state forest when she observed a van parked on a closed road and a dog off leash.
How's it going? Good. I'm Officer Bauer with Florida Fish and Wildlife. How many more people are inside the van? Two. Your wife and? Baby. And baby? Okay. Hey, the reason I'm coming to talk to y'all is you guys can't pull down here with this vehicle. Did you know that? No. No? No. Okay. Did you see the road closed sign when you drove down here?
Road closed? No, they're all open.
Okay. No, they're not. This is a closed road. There was a sign before the road that you came in on.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir. How long have you guys been here?
We got here yesterday.
Okay.
We're leaving today.
Okay. Is this your van?
Yep.
Is it registered to you?
It's registered to a company that I manage.
Okay. So it doesn't come back in your name, though? No. Do you have your ID on you?
Is there a reason I need to give you one?
Yes, you're on a closed road. And this is a violation.
Can you show me the sign? Where
Yeah, absolutely. After I identify you. So what's your first name?
Covert off.
Do not let that dog come near me. And where are you going in the van right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's hang outside the van. Let's not go back in there. What is your first name?
You wanted my ID. I'm going to put my ID.
Okay. Well, I don't want you going inside the van. So what's your first name?
Afraid?
Yes, I am. This is officer safety protocol.
Okay. Well, my ID's right in there.
Okay. I'm asking you for your name.
My name's David.
Okay, David. What's your middle initial?
Okay, David.
What's your middle name?
My ID's right in there.
I don't want you to grab your ID. Okay? I would like you to give me your name.
Because you're scared?
Yes.
Seems kind of suspicious already. The fact that he's not just willing to provide his name. I mean, I also understand that, it could be that, I don't know. It's weird that he's just not willing to give his name, his full name.
I don't want you going inside the van. And don't let that dog come near me.
And you're scared of dogs too?
Yes.
That's a great job you have. Scared of people, scared of dogs.
Are you going to give me your name, David?
I just did.
What's your middle initial?
My name is David.
And what's your last name, David?
I grabbed you my ID.
No, I'm not asking you to grab your ID. I'm asking you to provide me your name.
David, I already told you.
Okay.
4311 Pensacola. I have a subject being difficult. Can you have an officer
David, I told you my name.
en route to my location? What's your last name, David?
I'll grab you my ID. You need my ID.
Okay.
4311
So I feel like he's doing exactly what I think the officer thinks he's gonna do. That the moment he gets inside the vehicle, he's gonna close it, roll up the windows, and hope they go away. Hope she goes
Are
away.
you going to give me your name?
What's
What's your last name?
I'll grab you my
Okay.
ID. You want
Nope. Go ahead and stand up. Put your baby down. Put your baby down.
Uh-oh.
on the floor?
Anywhere. Put her in that basket right there.
I need to hold my dog because you're afraid of my dog.
Yes,
what
Malik is,
exactly-
I'm going to place you in handcuffs until I can figure out who you are. So put your baby down in that carrier right there.
4314. I'm 51. Make sure you get 4313. He's much closer.
That's too far. I was
No,
just trying to get
give you
451.
my ID.
10-4. Continue to raise him.
All right, turn around, place your hands behind your back.
That's too far. We're on.
Turn your around and place your hands behind your back.
Now you're not afraid of my dog?
4313.
Yeah, there is. Go ahead and step with me. Will you call your dog? Come here.
I said I would get you my ID.
I told you I was asking you for your name.
I gave you my name. It's David.
All right, have a seat right here. Is there anything on you? Is there anything on your person?
I have a.
Do you have a weapon? You have what?
I have a clothes. I have.
Do you have any weapons on you?
Physical
No.
4313.
Is there any weapons in the van?
Oh,
Is there any weapons in the van?
There's registered. There's.
Registered what?
4314 reference.
Okay, we're gonna walk up to my vehicle.
Go ahead.
I don't know why you don't want that. You're asking me for ID. So I'll get you the ID.
4311, that's cool. I have one subject detained. He's unwilling to give me his name and date of birth.
Hey,
I have
Wazoo.
three other subjects in the van. I think it's a wife and 2 kids. Here, come here. All right, what's the deal? Why are you not giving me your name?
Because I'd rather give you my
I'd rather give you my ID.
Why are you not giving me your name and date of birth?
4313.
Because you're gonna ask, you're gonna need my ID anyways.
Why? What
That's
is the
you're
reason
asking for.
that you can't just give me your name and date of birth?
You're gonna ask me for my ID. I'd rather just give you my ID.
I asked you for your ID. You told me your ID was in the van. I told you
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
was
want
gonna
you
go
going in
get
the
it.
van, and I asked you for your name and date of birth.
Because you're gonna ask for my ID anyways.
Do you not know your name?
13.
I told you it's David.
What is your middle name? And what's your last name? Okay. We're gonna have a seat in my car.
4313.
Quite a big deal about me
What's your
wanting
date of
to give
birth?
you my ID.
What's your date of birth? Do you not know your date of birth? Do you have to
Well,
think about
I
it?
wasn't conscious
would
when
work.
I was born.
Oh god, I hate it when they say that. If you don't know, sovereign citizens like to do this little meme of saying like, oh, I don't know when I was born, so how could I know what my birthday was? As if so, because apparently they because it's hearsay, because they heard it from their parents. I guess he doesn't trust who his parents. I guess he doesn't trust his parents on the day he was born, or on his birth certificate. Of course, he doesn't believe what's on the birth certificate. It's the straw man. So anything they know about themselves is hearsay. I mean that would invariably include their own name, because that's the parents gave them gave him his name, but so whatever.
Anything is hearsay.
Okay, so you don't want to give me your date
I'm
of birth?
happy to give you my ID. It's right in there. You're making quite a big deal about me wanting to give you my government ID. I didn't say I wouldn't give you anything. I'm happy to give you my ID.
Okay, have a seat in the back of my truck. Hey, I'm Officer Corbin with Florida Fish and Wildlife.
Hi. There must have been some huge misunderstanding.
I think so.
Okay. I know my
Um,
husband can be kind of a strong-willed guy sometimes. So.
Why is that?
Difficult?
What's his deal?
Oh, I mean, I don't know if I can testify for that, but
Okay, okay.
I mean, everyone has their own past and their own, but he's
Sure.
he's not a violent guy. He's not a dangerous guy.
Okay.
We don't have any weapons on us other than like machetes for chopping wood.
Okay.
So,
All right.
I'm sorry if there's been a misunderstanding. I know, like I said, I know he can be strong-willed. So.
Yeah. Is there any reason why he's not wanting to give me his name and date of birth? Does he have any warrants?
No, he doesn't.
Okay. Would there be any reason why he's failing to identify himself?
Just on principle, I think. Just
Principle?
What do you mean?
Just I think like the principle of like not aggression principle. I think like of just we're out here peaceful.
NAP. NAP, non-aggression principle, is like the SovCit / hyper-libertarian bullshit idea that so long as you're not injuring somebody either physically or financially, you can do whatever the fuck you want. You don't have any obligation to anybody else, and so on and so forth, or institution, etc.
Kind of trying
Yeah.
not to
Hence the reason why they blew past the road closed sign to get to where they are.
cause any issue to anyone, and so I think coming up and being questioned, I think maybe
Okay.
kind of just affront something in him that
Do you know why I'm down here?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm down here because you guys drove your vehicle into a closed road. And this is, you can't have your vehicle down here. That's why I was trying to identify him.
Gosh.
So I told him
okay.
there was a violation, and now he's questioning me as to why I'm asking him for identification. Does that make sense to you?
Well, I mean, we're happy. We didn't know we were violated anything. So
Sure.
we're happy to move. I mean, and I can understand why this has caused like some kind of issue. I hope that we can get this resolved peacefully, because that's all we'll be.
I tried to, and I want to. Yes.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure that you do. I mean, I'm sure that you're a reasonable person. I mean, obviously.
It was just, it was.
I can understand. I didn't hear much of what was happening, but I can hear his tone, and like I said, sometimes
Yeah.
he just kind of
Okay.
can be a little argumentative. And
Okay.
It's just something in him, I think, that is just.
Okay.
He's like I say, he's peaceful. He's not violent. He's not dangerous.
Okay.
He just,
She's not clueless, Miguel. Sounds to me, she sounds like she's fully bought into it as well.
has these strong principles.
Hey, Born to be Free, how you doing, man? Been a long time since I've seen you. I don't understand why these slaves don't just comply. They make it so hard on themselves and risk getting shut up. Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
Of kind of, you know, personal freedom and that kind of thing. So
Okay.
just being out here by himself, kind of like leaving everyone alone.
Sure. So really quick, I am still trying to identify him. He doesn't remember his date of birth or something. He says he wasn't conscious when he was born, so he doesn't know his date of birth. Do you happen to have his ID? And before you move anywhere, can you tell me where it is?
Yeah, I think that he's got an ID right up in the front here, in the right in this little pocket. He's got a wallet here.
Okay.
It's right there.
This is for officer safety purposes
of
only.
course, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I open this door while you grab that ID for me?
I don't know, because my dog is sitting right there, so
Okay.
I hope that will make you feel safe. I like.
Where is?
I
So
can
it's sitting
keep,
on
I
the.
can keep my hands visible.
Sure,
the whole time.
that would be great. Perfect. Thank you.
Yep.
Is there anything? I know you said that there was no weapons in the vehicle, right?
Only the machetes we have for cutting wood.
Okay.
As far as I know, I
Okay.
don't have.
And you've got two babies in there.
Yeah, we've got two
All right.
children. Yep. And a dog.
Okay.
Can I put this back where I
Yep,
have it?
you can. Thank you.
Can I close this?
Yes, you can.
California.
4311, I'm 10-4. I got one detained in the back of my vehicle. Can you run a California 27? Also, you can call off any SO or that 94. I'm 10-4. 1065. Are you Miss?
I'm sorry?
Are you Mrs. Lopez?
No.
Miss Lopez? Are you related to him?
I'm the mother of his children.
Okay. What is your name?
Am I required to answer questions?
See, she's perfectly in on it too. Told you. And now the officer's like, God, kill me.
I only asked because I don't feel like I've also really done anything. We're happy to move. I'm sorry that we broke the rule, that we didn't know we were breaking, but...
Okay. Hang tight for me.
Hey man, Officer Roberts from Fish and Wildlife, how you doing?
Doing awesome.
Okay. What's going
Hi.
on?
She didn't want me to give her my ID. So that's all I know.
Okay, well, she didn't want you to go in your van for officer safety reasons. So you still have to identify yourself.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do, is give her my ID.
I understand that, but she didn't want you to go in your vehicle, so she wanted you to give your date of birth. What was that? What was the problem with that?
I just would rather...
Sorry, I just got a wall of text. Multiple walls of text from my mom. As the cruise planner. Just like, holy shit. Anyway, Patty Wagon, thank you for becoming a member.
Be very official and give her the government-issued document.
Okay.
What did you say? What did you say?
You say you'd rather be official and give you the government
Issued document.
Okay. Okay, but that's not what she asked. Whether you want to or not, she asked you to give your name and birth. You have to comply. Okay. If not, it's obstruction interference with law enforcement investigation. Do you understand?
I told her I was happy to give her.
I understand, but she didn't want you to go in the van for officer safety reasons. She doesn't know who you are. She doesn't want you to go into the vehicle. Okay. All right. So, you know, obviously there's a violation. There's a reason why we're here. It's posted up there. That's a road close sign. Whether you know that or not, that's beyond the point. There's a violation. She's trying to identify you, and you're not giving her the information that she's asking for. No, don't say about the license. She already told you that not to go in the van, but she didn't want you to go in there. So she's trying to get your name and date of birth. You have to comply with law enforcement when they ask you for your name and date of birth. If there's a violation, she addressed the violation.
I have the right to remain silent.
Yeah, they're on. That's fine.
Exactly.
Okay.
But you can also go to jail for failing to
Yeah.
identify yourself. So
I was not failing.
You don't have to tell.
I was telling you that my ID was in there, and I was happy to give it to you.
Okay.
She could have gone in there. It was right in the front seat. She could have gone in there and grabbed it.
Did you get permission to enter the van?
Missed this earlier. Is this couple nested on private property or state-owned property? They are, I believe, they are in a state forest. And they were parked on a closed road. And apparently the officer also noticed the dog off the leash.
You didn't ask.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk to you in a minute. Jesus.
There's clearly been a huge misunderstanding as to what you think we're doing here or who you think we are or something. And I'm really sorry for that. Like I said, I can totally understand. Maybe there's a way that like I can talk to him with you guys and like maybe talk some sense into him, let him get the answers that you need, or we just want this to resolve peacefully.
Yeah, I don't think he wants the same. I don't feel like he.
Like maybe if I could talk to him with you guys there, maybe he would hear that we need this resolved peacefully.
I don't know who you are.
Fair.
So I'm not gonna let you guys. I mean, can you?
I'm sorry.
Is that your dog?
Yeah, Lily. Hop it. Come on, hop in. Hop in. She's really sweet. Hop in.
So
Hop in.
that is your dog?
This is my dog.
Why was your dog off leash when we got here?
Oh, just there was no one around and she wasn't going anywhere and
Okay.
yeah.
So that is a violation.
Okay.
And now I do need your ID.
Okay. That does get a little bit tricky, and I can understand that because I gave up my
Tricky.
citizenship. I actually don't have one.
There. All right. Now we're going full blast. Let's go. Pack your bags, people. You know the ride we're about to get on. Let's go.
Okay.
And so I don't have an ID to show you because I haven't had one for several years.
And that's fine.
So I want you to be stateless. I don't have a citizenship.
Okay. What's your first name?
Josie.
Jay.
Were you born in the United States?
Yeah, I was born in Michigan. And my children were both born in California. So.
Okay. What's your
Take
first
that,
name?
Josie.
How do you
Kfar.
spell it?
Josie.
What's your middle initial?
I don't have a middle name.
Okay. What's your last name?
I don't have a last name.
What was the name that you were given with when you were?
I'm not really comfortable sharing that. It's not part of who I am.
Okay. So now you have a violation. Okay. So you.
Oh wait, is she also denying her birth date?
I'm not really comfortable.
What's your middle initial? Okay. What's your first name?
Josie.
How do you spell it?
Josie.
What's your middle initial?
I don't have a middle name.
Okay. What's your last name?
I don't have a last name.
Yeah, there we go. She's not willing to give it. Will I do ship streams? Probably, yeah. Hopefully I'll have internet the whole time. Hopefully it's not trash, but we'll see.
What was the name that you were given with when you were?
I'm not really comfortable sharing that. It's not part of who I am.
Okay. So now you have a violation. Okay. So you are required to give me your first and last name and your date of birth.
I gave you the name that I have as my legal name. I gave up my citizenship. That's not who I am anymore.
Okay. What's your social security number?
I gave it up when I gave up
I
my
gave that-
citizenship. I gave up all of
I
that
gave
stuff.
that
It's called
up.
renouncing your citizenship. You do it as like.
Born to be free. It is clear that the officer is looking for the legal names to place charges upon. Who holds legal title ownership to the name? Well, born to be free, that could be either you, yourself, the individual, or it could be your parents, because the parents were the ones who created the name to give to you. So, that's the direct answer to the question.
Like a formal declaration, and you actually give it up and you become what's called stateless because you don't take citizenship anywhere else. So it is illegal.
Erica, do I share a room? But can't decide if it's worth it solo. I couldn't tell you if it's worth it solo. I am going with a whole bunch of family for sure, but I am getting my own room. Goddamn right, I'm getting my own room.
Legal classification, I do have rights that are protected by the United Nations. I have documentation for all of that.
Can I see that?
United Nations.
I hope I have a copy of it on paper on me. Yes. Can I look for it in the van?
That's fine.
I really don't want her involved, but she'll be so unhappy if I leave her in here.
Yeah, I mean, if it's more comfortable, that's fine.
I prefer for only the necessary parties to be involved, but she's
Okay.
really just gonna put up a fit if I leave her in here. So
Okay.
I'll be right by her too.
You go by Josie?
I do.
Okay, I'm Officer Mullins, Fish and Wildlife. We're here to address some violations, okay? So this is pretty cut and dry.
Yep.
Okay, we need your identification, okay?
Right.
One way or another, these officers have told me, which you've informed them, we need a name and date of birth that we can validate, okay? We're going to issue a warning and or citation, depending on the violations, okay? If you do not provide that, you will go to jail.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Artie, that's impossible. The state holds the original foundational identity document, the registration certificate of live birth, and they refuse to give me the original document. No, wrong. The whole purpose of a birth certificate, which is what you're talking about, moron. I have a certified copy. My parents have the original. I don't know why you guys think this is a thing. You should probably go look at your parents. My parents probably still have my original birth certificate. I don't know why I don't have it myself, but I have a certified copy. The point of a birth certificate is not for the state to tell you who you are. It's for you to tell the state who you are. You have it backwards, and that's the problem with you guys. You guys don't know what you're talking about. The whole point of a birth certificate is so the state knows who you are, not the state telling you who you are.
It does
Okay.
make sense.
And let me tell you this, okay? I don't. What you're saying you provided, we need a first name, middle.
You're right. David provided a state issued ID.
Okay, and I'm asking for yours.
And
Okay, and I understand, and I'm trying to be very clear and very nice.
Yeah,
Okay, I
I
understand you
understand.
have a family. Okay, do you have any family here?
I don't.
Okay,
We're just passing through.
okay, that's fine. And I want you to continue to pass through, but we need your identification, name and date of birth is acceptable. Okay, so what is your first name?
Josie.
I'm making this very, very clear to you.
Right.
Okay,
Boy.
this will get drug. And I'm hold on. You listen to me. You listen
All right. Obviously, officers starting to lose
to me.
patience.
Okay, I'm trying to be very nice. You have your children here. Okay, we all have families. We need your first name, your middle, your last, and your date of birth. Okay, I'm trying to make this very clear. Okay, this will continue as long as you want it to. Okay,
I provided you with all the information I have.
what is your middle name?
I provided you.
What is your last name?
It doesn't work like that.
What is
Oh
your
my
date
God.
of birth?
Please, God.
That is
Please
not how
don't.
this works.
It's the end of my statement.
So,
You want to go to jail, have your kids turned over to Department of Children and Families and everything.
Exactly. Like, why? Why are you doing this? Well, I know why. She's drank the Kool-Aid, but yeah.
Because you will not provide a name.
Of course not.
Okay, it's as simple as that. I'm running you through the rigmarole here. Okay, you fail to provide, I will happily take you to jail, and I will call DCF, and they will come out and take your kids and place them somewhere else.
I can understand that you're trying to intimidate me. The problem is
I'm-
No.
I
I'm
have
not
rights
Tommy.
as a stateless person.
That doesn't matter in the United States.
Well, the United States is
We're-
party to
we-
the United Nations,
we-
who does protect stateless
We are in
rights.
Florida. We follow Florida state statute.
Okay, so if someone
You
is
were-
indigenous, they don't have rights.
Oh, come on! Now you're indigenous. Now you're in. So I hate to tell you this, lady, but even somebody who's indigenous still probably has to provide their ID when they're in Florida, when they're stopped in a traffic stop. The Seminole Nation is not exempt from all this, you moron.
You were in violation of Florida state statute.
Indigenous don't have rights. Is that correct in the United States?
You were in violation of
Indigenous
Florida
people
state
don't have
statute.
okay,
You want to
you
keep
need.
going down this road?
Now she's interrupting the cop and again, yeah, she's doing it. She's doing the
Are
thing.
you going to listen or are you going to talk? Because you keep talking over the
I'm asking
officer.
a question. I haven't gotten an answer yet.
Okay.
Do indigenous people have rights?
How do you classify as indigenous?
I'm native to the land. I was
Doesn't
born
work
here.
like that.
Okay.
Oh.
So were we.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
We're in
Which
the
is why
United.
we're all here.
Okay.
You're welcome here. We haven't done anything to prevent you from being here.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
You understand you're in violation of the law.
And 1015.
Okay.
I'm out of handcuffs.
Okay.
I would
The-
like to stay with my children until the last possible moment, please.
Doesn't work like that. You don't get to pick and choose.
Okay.
You failed to identify. You go in handcuffs.
You're free to
What's next
violate my
cooking stream?
rights,
I have
but
no
that is
idea.
your choice, and I'm not going to allow it to happen. So. And I don't mean that. Let me classify. 'Cause I understand.
Are you going to resist arrest? Because that's where we're going with this. You are going to be placed under arrest if you
I
don't
would like
if you
to
fail
clarify
to.
because I understand how you could take that. I am not going to do anything violent. I am not going to hurt anyone. I am not going to do anything like that.
Is there?
It's not my will to be arrested.
County road, please.
Okay.
It's very
But
simple to
but
do
your
that.
actions are saying otherwise because you're failing to identify yourself. Do you
I
see how
can't
your actions and your words are contradicting?
I can't identify myself because I gave up all my forms of identification. I turned them all in. I gave them all back when I rescinded my
Okay,
citizenship.
let's do
So I
this.
don't have
What was your name when you were born? What was the name you were given that was not redacted at that time? What was the name you were given when you were born?
I'm not comfortable sharing that.
Okay, so you are.
Okay, so then now it's obviously she's, yeah. Who's the dude in the van? No, the guy, as far as I know, well, we don't know yet. Actually, no. They finally got the guy's information. And as far as I know, and as far as everybody else knows, he doesn't have any warrants. Already, I'll bet you $20 that mom and dad don't have the original registration of live birth. This document has the state's name and seal on it that they own it. Just saying, I do appreciate. No, you can weasel away with semantics of how a birth certificate is titled and say, oh, that's not the real one, and oh, that's the fake one. But you that's not how it works in the real world. My parents have my birth certificate, my original. So no matter how much you want to spin it into it's not being so.
Required by law to share that
And I will
information.
share it with a party who is qualified, but I don't.
And
Do you not think that we're
that's
the
full law
qualified party?
enforcement
I'm not
officers.
sure.
Okay, all right. Well, you're gonna be placed under arrest. Can I have a pair of set of handcuffs? Because we're gonna 1015 for obstruction and failure to identify.
I mean, I just want to make sure you really want to go down this road. But before, because this is, I'm sure this is all, I'm sure, provide your name, middle, date of birth. You're refusing to provide identification. You violated the law.
Whether you want to believe it or not, you are.
It's not that I don't believe it. It's that I lost.
You are are you refusing to provide identification
I don't
or
have
your
that.
name and date of
And
birth?
you said you had documentation that you could provide us.
I
You
do.
don't
It's on
have
my
that
computer.
either?
It's on my computer.
Amelia Harlow in Twitch chat. Nice try, bot.
Computer. I don't
You
have
said
it
you don't
printed
have
off.
it.
I don't have it printed off.
You said you were gonna handwrite it.
Because that's all I have. I only have it on my computer. If you'd like me to email you a copy, I'd be happy
Can
to.
you show us on the
Email
computer?
the
Absolutely.
copy.
I didn't know if you would be like if you would accept that or not. I don't know. I'm not sure what your rules are.
Where's your computer at?
The computer is in the bed area,
Is your other child the only person in the vehicle?
and my dog. Yes,
Okay.
bud. I'll be right back. Okay, sweetie. I need you to give me just a minute.
Okay. Are you going to provide us identification? On the computer, whatever form you have.
I'd be happy to give you my statement of origin belonging.
It's gonna
That
be. It's gonna be.
it amounts to it amounts to stateless travel documentation in your jurisdiction.
Ugh.
So it's gonna be fraudulent either way.
Okay.
I don't have a governing body to issue me documentation. Who would I go
You
to?
reside in the United
No,
States
genuinely,
and
like
you're
really,
currently in
like
the state
really,
of
really,
Florida, but
really, like can
you
I
want to go
just
down
have
this
one
road?
quick second? No,
No, because I'm done with you. I'm done
I
with this
understand,
stringing
I
it
understand.
along.
No, I
I will
understand.
happily take you to jail. You can be
You'll
booked in
happily
it
take me to jail.
as Jane Doe.
You
There's
can
a lot of
happily
Jane
take me
Does
to
with
jail.
warrants.
Can I ask you one question, please?
Sure.
Okay. If I, which I did, gave back all my documentation and did not take a new governing body to issue.
Sorry, real quick. I apologize for pausing it, but Born to Be Free. I mean, it's not often that I get to speak to an individual, a free living man. Born to Be Free. Can you provide me a visual comparison of these two documents, birth certificate and certificate of live birth, to demonstrate to me the difference between the two and why one is legit and why one is illegitimate? Can you do that?
Issue me documentation, who would I get it from? Because if there's a place, let me go get it. Who would I get it from?
You were still a United States citizen.
But I gave it up, though. That's what you have.
That is not how any of this works.
True! It's not how any of this works!
I can show you the process how it works. I can go to the web.
Bullshit! If you rescind your citizenship, you'd be deported! In fact, the only way you could fully rescind your citizenship is that you have to be out of the country when it finally happens.
Website and show you how it works to become a stateless person. You renounce your citizenship, you give all your IDs back.
Okay, so what was the
So
name you were
you're
giving
an
when you were
illegal
born?
alien in the
So
United
who do you
States.
give that back to, though? You keep saying you give it back to somebody. Who do you give it back to?
Well, the issuing body, so the Secretary of State, the IRS, whoever issued the documentation, like the Social Security card, like the birth certificate, the driver's license, all this stuff went back to the issuing bodies.
But that's our thing. Why can't you provide us the name that you were initially given as far as that?
Because you don't feel comfortable. Is that right?
I really don't, but if
So you're
that's
failing to identify yourself.
if that's really what this is going to hinge on, I mean, okay.
And you are willing to go to jail and have DCF collect your children.
What if
Yes, she is.
And you have no family.
what have I
And you
done to
listen.
warrant having
You
my
are
children
you are
taken
not
away?
listening. You are not
I've
listening.
not heard
You are not
anyone.
listening to the words that
I've
we are
not
saying.
heard anyone.
We are trying to be very, very clear here, and I just want to make crystal clear that you know that you have every opportunity to provide identification.
And-
And listen, okay? Because I don't know if you understand that you will go to jail and DCF will get your children. You have no family here, you said. You're passing through, and you are willing to, you want to go down that road.
it sounds like what you're saying is that you're willing to put me in jail and take my children when I've done nothing wrong. I've hurt no one. I've harmed no
We
one.
are telling you, you are violating the law.
And you have a person to cite violations for.
We are citing you as well.
What? Wait a minute. Was that her trying to throw her husband under the bus? Oh my goodness.
And you are choosing this.
What are you citing?
Your dog is off leash.
Okay, can you cite David for that? It's his dog too.
No, I'm not having a conversation with you about that.
But
We are citing you.
but you could
That
say-
no. You're asking the decision-making process of an
Right, I know. That's why they're delaying it, is because she's holding on to the child, and obviously they're going to be worried about the child's safety.
officer, and we're telling you, you are in
you have a
violation of the
person to
law.
cite. I'm not a state.
You're in violation of other.
I don't have a citizenship.
Okay.
I'm really trying to be like I respect.
No,
the
you're not.
position.
You are not trying to be cooperative. We are way past. We're
I
like.
will give
Do you love your
Of
kids?
course I do.
Do you want them to
Give
be picked
you
up by
the name
DCF?
that I was born with, if that's what this takes. All I'm saying
Yeah.
is that.
What is
At
it?
least provide
All
that.
I'm saying is that it's crazy that you would put me in jail and take my
You-
children
And I-
over a name when I've done nothing wrong.
You were the
yourself
one
in that
choosing this.
When I've done nothing wrong.
And
You were trying to
I've
paint us
harmed
as.
no one.
okay, and I want to make this very clear. If you give us a false name and date
I'm
of
not gonna
birth,
give you a false name.
if you do not provide us with the name that you were given when you were born and the date of birth that you were given when you were born, you are going to go to jail. End of story.
I bet you're gonna take me to jail either way.
We really don't want.
We don't.
That's
We,
not our
really
goal
seems like
here.
we rather we don't. We're not. No.
Because I've done nothing wrong. We're
okay,
happy to
we
leave.
told
can
you what you
cite him
did,
for
so
So
everything.
provide this officer
Whatever.
your name and date of birth.
The name that I was born with is Devon, Devon.
Ah,
Hagen,
finally gave up.
Hagen.
Did you have a middle name
Rochelle.
and your date of birth?
That
Finally.
citizen's date of birth is 7/15/93.
And where did they originate from, or where were they issued a past ID out of?
Michigan.
Michigan.
Okay.
We're out here harming no one, just wanting to be left alone. We're sorry we broke whatever, we didn't realize.
Yeah.
That's
And I understand what you're saying and what you're trying to say, but you understand you're way overcomplicating this. Okay, and we are trying to be understandable, and I'm trying to just talk to you as a person who has kids, and I don't know if you want this kind of attention because it really seems like it. You're saying the words you're saying the words that you want to be left alone, that you haven't done anything, and as a reasonable person and officer, we're telling you violated the law, and we're trying to be reasonable. You have drugged this way out.
I rescinded my citizenship based on a sincere spiritual conviction, and that's incredibly important to me. And
Okay.
And if that's not allowed in the United States,
Okay.
then we can go somewhere
So,
else, but-
for example, like, how did you rent this van?
Yeah, do that. Go out to sea. Like go out to some anarcho-capitalist commune. You know, in an uninhabited island somewhere.
Is it your van? Do you own the van?
I can't speak on this van.
Okay,
This
it's
is
your
not my
van. Okay, okay. I don't. You're talking about a bunch of stuff that isn't pertinent to what we're talking about. Okay, if you feel that you rescinded something, so be it. Okay, we're just trying to let you know when you're in violation of the law, we have to address the person. Okay,
Okay.
not just
And
like
we gave you a person's
yeah.
address. We're happy to have you slap the citation on that person.
Okay.
On that person, because of course you could slap it on that person all you want because they think that they're not responsible for it.
Okay. Okay. And I'd love to try and speak with you more. I think we're just.
I can't address you as a person. I can only address you as a female man, as an actual who I am, because a person is a piece of paper. It's a legal creation.
Okay.
So I can't address you in that way. The piece of paper that I gave you, that name, that's the person. That's who you can address in that way.
Okay.
But I'm just talking to you as a flesh and blood entity in front of me. Because I do respect you.
Yeah.
Because I do, and I don't want anything negative against you at all.
He's all in on it.
I genuinely, honestly want to resolve this peacefully and amicably.
We do too.
And we genuinely just want to leave people alone. That's what we're doing here in the middle of the woods.
Right.
We just want to leave people alone.
Right.
And I'm sorry that we violated your ordinances. We do genuinely try to keep clean. We clean up after ourselves.
Okay.
We try to be respectful.
And that's just like driving down the road closed. I mean, the road closed sign is very obvious. I mean, you have to. You didn't see it right before you drove into the river? Okay. Do you see the bluff right there?
Yeah, we were following
the road
tracks.
closed?
I followed the road tracks. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
It was a genuine.
Oh, so that's probably why the road is closed, is because there's a steep drop that could catch people off guard.
misunderstanding.
Oh, thank you, Woodwork. I appreciate that. Oh, I see you. Thank you for the 32 months.
Okay. So but you operate the vehicle. So what? Well, you said you're following tracks. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to trip you up. What I'm saying. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. I'm not trying to. Whoa. What I'm saying is you operate the vehicle. So if you got pulled over, what identification are you going to provide? When you rent. Say you rent something. What identification do you provide?
I don't do any of those things because I'm not a citizen. I don't partake in citizen benefits. I don't have a bank account. I don't ask for government benefits. I don't do any of those things. Okay.
But you're out here on government land. You're out here on public land. This is 110% public land.
I'll be right with you, sweetie. I know, bud. I know.
Okay. Look,
I understand that you think you own the land. I understand that.
No.
Indigenous people don't really see that.
You are playing. Yeah. Okay. So, what do you go by, Devin? Josie. Okay. No, we got the same goal. We want to be peacefully. Everybody can go their merry way. Okay. I don't know that that's going to be necessary. Again, based on your cooperation.
And that's what, I understand.
Okay.
That he can be strong-willed, and
I haven't even talked to him.
I don't know, but apparently that's what caused this interaction, and so whatever, if I can help to peacefully facilitate the mediation of this.
And again, I just want to reiterate to you, our goal is not to
there was a jump cut.
Take you to jail, okay? We would much prefer your children stay with you, okay? So, again, based on your cooperation, okay? We're going to address violations just like we do every single day, okay? The same way we deal with everybody.
I hope you can see I'm not trying not to cooperate.
Okay. Okay. You got to understand, in my shoes, the name game feels very uncooperative.
Absolutely. And I understand that
what the hell is that?
The whole sovereign citizen thing, those people can be dangerous to you guys.
Wait,
I respect
delete
that.
this.
You have to be worried about that. We're not those people.
Okay. And look, and if I'm trying really hard to deal with you.
I can see you are.
Okay. I really do. No, you're fine. I really do want to resolve this, and I think you do too.
I do.
But these officers are going to come back and talk to you, and it is paramount that you cooperate. You do not want to go to jail. Okay. And I want to make very crystal clear, we really don't want to take you to jail.
What does that mean when you say that I'll need to cooperate?
Cooperate. You're going to get a citation. Okay. You're going to have to sign the citation. Okay?
Yeah.
If you don't sign the citation, you'll go to jail.
I understand.
Okay?
Perfectly clear.
Good. So you're going to sign the
Good.
citation? Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you.
So long as as long as we can cooperate, we can. Now, the other portion of this is you don't have a driver's license.
Is David getting arrested?
Yes. The van. Do you have friends locally? Do you know anybody that can operate the van?
Probably not.
I have a friend who lives in Tampa.
Oh gosh. Okay.
I know. I'm sorry. Like I said, we're just passing through.
Okay.
But like, I want to cooperate as much as I can because
Right.
Whatever we can do to keep the situation. I understand that you certainly probably can't let me drive the van away, and I would never ask you to let me do that.
I mean, and it's not just me.
I understand that it all causes a host of complications.
If you got into a wreck or
Causes a
God
host of
forbid something, yeah.
It's not okay for me to do that. I
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
So I would like to just resolve this in any way that we can.
Okay. And I'm just
Okay.
trying to see. You don't have anybody locally that you know or family friends.
Well, like we're near Pensacola.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a woman that we're buying breast milk from, which is why we're in the area. So
Why am I not surprised?
I
Okay.
don't know her.
Okay.
But I was gonna meet up with
Well,
her.
chances are she's probably fairly compassionate. She sounds nice.
She is.
But okay, we'll think on it. Okay. Just think on it. I'm gonna go back and talk with them.
What is he gonna be arrested for? Can I ask?
I don't know exactly. You saw me pull up. I don't know. I haven't even seen his face. Okay, I walked up and talked to you. So I got to talk to that. That's what I was just saying. I'm going to go talk with them.
Okay.
We'll
I'm just thinking too,
reconvene.
if there's some way for the van and us to be safely and in your eyes permissibly moved somewhere to wait until he can be released, because I'm sure it's not a violent crime when he's being. So it's like we can always wait it out. There's things we can do to make it work.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
We want to be reasonable. I'm sorry that this all escalated so quickly. I genuinely, no one wanted this to happen.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. This is, I think, moving in the right direction. So let me talk with them, and we'll get back up with you. If you need to tend to this youngin', that's fine.
Appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you. Such an interesting card here.
Sorry.
Okay.
It's
So
a
what I'm.
conviction that I have. It might be an interesting
What
card,
I'm-
but it's a sincere spiritual.
Next cut. You set up your debate with Born to Be Free and I'll sell tickets. Yeah. I mean, I would love to have a discussion with him. We would have to narrow down a topic. But, yeah, I wouldn't mind having a discussion.
Conviction.
And you're putting words in my mouth, and
I'm sorry.
this
I'm
is.
not meaning to. I apologize.
You-
That's the last thing.
Okay. What I'm trying to say is we're just going to agree to disagree.
Okay.
Okay. You provided something that is required and that we asked for, so if we can, resolve this amicably,
I
great.
sincerely hope
Okay.
that's the case.
Good.
I have nothing against legal systems, against the people who use them. I have nothing against choosing to be a citizen. I just chose not to because it's my sincere spiritual conviction that I shouldn't.
Okay.
Sincere spiritual conviction.
Me and my God, that's all.
Okay.
I respect you. I respect your choices. I respect your system that you serve.
Okay.
Yeah, but the problem is that just because you rescind your citizenship does not absolve you from any of the obligations that are afforded to citizens, or just not even just citizens, but anybody who lives here. My email should be on my about page, actually. Is it not? Hold on. Yeah, it should be. If you go to my channel, and if you click on the more at the top, it'll have a description of a full description of what my channel is, and then it'll say more info and says view email address, and it'll be right there.
I'm sincerely sorry that we violated your rules. We genuinely make an effort to respect them.
Okay.
Okay.
And do you have a pen?
Yeah.
But you said we're gonna get it solved anyway.
What you hunting for?
I was just thinking I might have those papers in another place that I wasn't thinking of. But
Okay. Well.
probably doesn't matter at this point.
Well, You know what? I hope you don't have any run-ins with the law anytime soon, but if you do, they will be handy.
Okay.
Okay? All right.
Thank you for
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Goodwill. Wish us
Yes, yes.
I also wish all of you goodwill, despite what.
Same to you.
Of course.
Okay.
Cute.
This.
All right.
What we got here?
I'm gonna ask for your signature. This is
Okay.
for your dog being off leash. This
Okay.
is by signing this is not an admission of guilt. It's just saying that
Okay.
you're gonna take care of this fine or contest it in court within 30 days.
Okay.
All right. I circled the address and the phone number if you have any questions. You need to pay it before this date.
Santa Rosa, Milton. Where is that in relation to where we are?
It's approximately 30 minutes west.
Oh, okay, perfect. Okay.
Still same county, just
Yep. Probably
Okay.
90.
On our way out, so we won't be bothering you guys again. All right, and both places or just the one?
Just right here.
Just right
This
here.
one's your copy.
And you're going to get a copy.
How are you guys not able to see it? What the hell?
All right. That's for you.
All
Do you have any
right.
questions for me?
So you said you're arresting David.
He's going to jail. Yes.
Okay. We only have one phone. Can I see if he has the phone on him?
I'm gonna give that. I'm gonna see if he wants it in his personal property or.
yeah, sure.
Do you want that?
It's up to him. If he's okay with us having it, I think it would probably be easier if we had it.
Okay.
And then.
Are you out here by yourself? Do you have anybody that you can call?
The lady that you get milk from, you kind of are in contact with her.
We have talked once on Facebook. Yeah. Like I said, we're just passing through.
Okay.
I have a friend who lives in Tampa. I've known him for many years, so I'm sure in a pinch he can.
Yeah, that's like 10 hours of driving
Yeah.
time.
He would fly out here to get to me.
Okay.
He's a good dude. He's a good dude.
Do you have a way of communication?
My dad, like I said, has a house, lives out here in Florida, not near here, but would fly here also. But like I said, if we just could get this somewhere in a way that's acceptable with everyone here, we could wait out until David gets out for whatever minor infraction I'm sure that he's probably charged with.
Okay. I think
What is he charged with, by the way, if you don't mind?
Obstruction
Okay, is that
and failure to provide his name
okay?
and date of birth. when
Misdemeanors?
Yes.
Okay. I know, sweetie. Can you stay in the van for
Uh,
quick?
I think we'll probably leave the van here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
It does not need to be here, and that's part of what we're addressing today. Okay.
Wow. They're cutting her a break for sure.
Down this closed trail, so from up there at the parking
Would
area
you-
down here,
Would you? This is a
and
huge
I know where you're going,
Okay.
but I'll hear you out. Go ahead.
Would you let him drive it to outside where we can be, and then would one of you be able to drive it?
No.
Okay.
And you got to understand.
But you said you're willing to leave me and the van and the kids here as long as we promise not to drive. Oh, because we can't leave it here. Okay, right. Okay.
That's why I was seeing if you had a family or friend that could operate the van out of here. But I
What if there's a service like that locally? We could call someone, pay someone some money to do that.
do you know you have the contract from who you rented the van from?
I'm sure it's in here somewhere.
That's who I would call. They have roadside assistance.
Okay. Great. Am I
Right.
able to chat with David really quick in regards to that information really quick, or
Is it just do you just need the phone? Is that what it is?
well, I mean, there's that, but he might know like where and
Yeah,
what information and that kind of thing. Just like I don't need to like have a long conversation with him or anything. Just to get that information.
I know, Richard, it is.
That's fine.
Hey, I just want to let you know you are going to jail for obstruction and failure to provide your name to a law enforcement officer. She's got some questions about the van. I'm going to let you speak with her.
So I don't think you can get out. I'm not sure.
You're not allowed to get out.
sorry.
Sit tight.
So is it okay if I take the phone? They said that if we call the van company, that they should have roadside assistance, that they could maybe come out and drive us to a place where we can be parked, and then we can wait for you to. Is he going to be able to deal with his situation internally, or?
I mean, he'll be able to.
Because obviously,
Are you asking if
as
he?
a citizen, I won't be able to go and bail him out, obviously. So
Yeah. Are you asking if he can bond out?
if he's going to be able to.
It would be just be a normal, like he can bond out if
I guess
he's
I'm just
eligible to. Yeah.
Okay. But like, he'd be able to do that.
I don't. You got to understand. I don't know if there's any criminal history at all. I don't know if the judge is going to need to speak to him. If it's a normal situation,
criminal
he'll be able to bond out. Okay.
Okay.
If it's a typical situation. Okay.
And I guess my question is like, will he be able to access like funds on his own in there to be able to do that, or should I like send him with an amount of like? Because I won't be able to go me personally and go at the courthouse and pay it because
It won't.
I'm a citizen to do that.
Yeah. It wouldn't be at the courthouse. It would be at the jail.
She's really, really playing it hard in the bit. I mean, She's dedicated.
So y'all would have to work that out. However, okay, that's like on the
Okay.
back end.
I totally understand.
Okay.
Not your problem.
I'm not. No. I'm not trying to be rude.
No,
I'm
I
not
get
trying
it.
to be rude.
I totally get it.
It's just I'm trying to figure out your logistical challenges with the children and no license.
And I
Okay.
appreciate you guys being as cool as you were, given the circumstances. I know everything escalated. I'm
Yeah, as soon as possible. I'm not coming back here to write you another ticket in an hour.
You got all the phone numbers you need? Because I think I'm gonna take the phone.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you double lock him?
No.
Searching good. Step out for me.
Should I bring my debit card or should you?
Oh, would that be a good idea for him to have on?
Just turn around right here. Turn around right here. Spread your feet for me. Okay. Can you
debit?
Yep, got the debit.
You can just get out barefoot at the jail.
In the end, David was cited for 2 non-criminal infractions, one for the dog being off-leash and one for use of a closed road. He was also charged with misdemeanor.
Oh my god, it's a real live human being that's narrating. This might be my new favorite channel.
Resisting or interfering with a wildlife officer. He bonded out, and as of the time of making this video, his $110 in citations are still due, and he now has a warrant out for his arrest. Devin, the female man of flesh and blood,
I can only address you as a
Failure to appear, naturally.
female man.
received a non-criminal infraction for the dog being off the leash. This is a $55 fee that over 5 months later remains unpaid. If you like this video and want to see more like it, subscribe to Arrest Cam. As always, thanks for watching.
Yep, not surprising. Of course they didn't pay. All right, that's all I was going to show. I'm going to keep it there. Even though there are some videos that I kind of want to show you guys later on. I'll probably have to save them for this evening. Apparently there's a spicy Latina who loses her mind during a Spirit Airlines flight or something. Shocker. But I'll see you guys next time. And we will get right to it. I'm hungry also, and I gotta go start taking care of the lawn, even though I don't want to, but it is what it is. All right, take care, guys. I'll see you guys later this evening, and yeah, take care. Bye. Adios.